Ah, Wells Fargo, a company where you can die at your desk and remain undiscovered for literally days. Or if you're short on your sales quota, these folks simply sign their customers up for fake accounts. Yup, you heard me right. Imagine opening your bank statement and finding accounts you never knew existed. Not just one, but sometimes dozens. Yup, that's exactly what happened to millions of Wells Fargo customers back in 2016. Yes, you heard that right, millions. This wasn't just a small mistake, it was a massive systemic issue. We're talking checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, the whole shebang. These weren't just random accounts, they were meticulously created to meet untenable sales targets. The sheer scale of this deception? Milli Vanilli level. We're talking about a level of fraud that shakes the very foundation of trust in banking. It's enough to make you want to stash your cash under the mattress. But is that really the solution? But before you start sewing your life savings into your pajamas, let's dig a little deeper into the wild world of Wells Fargo's epic fails. How did this happen? What were the consequences? And most importantly, what can we learn from this colossal blunder? Investigations revealed a toxic sales culture that pressured employees to meet unrealistic targets. This led to widespread unethical behavior, all in the name of profit. The fallout was enormous. Top executives were forced to resign, the bank faced hefty fines, and its reputation took a savage hit. Customers were left feeling betrayed and outraged. So what can we take away from this? Always keep an eye on your accounts, question unexpected changes, and remember that even the most trusted institutions can do wrong. Stay woke, people. Remember that time Wells Fargo tried to reinvent the wheel with something called digi-wallets? No? Yeah, neither do we. From confusing online banking platforms to financial products even their own employees couldn't explain, Wells Fargo has a knack for missing the mark. But hey, at least they're consistent. Consistently bad, but that's a start, isn't it? Wells Fargo status. Update: lawsuits galore. They say when it rains, it pours. If lawsuits were raindrops, Wells Fargo would be swimming. From customers to employees to the actual government itself, it seems like everyone and their mama has beef with Wells Fargo. And who can blame them? When you build a business model on deception and exploitation, it's only a matter of time before it all comes crashing down. Learning from mistakes? Wells Fargo's report card. So, has Wells Fargo learned its lesson? After years of scandals and public outcry, one would hope that the bank has taken significant steps to rectify its wrongdoings. Have they changed their ways and embraced a brighter, more ethical future? The company claims to have implemented new policies and procedures aimed at preventing the unethical practices that plagued its past. While some improvements have been noted, skepticism remains high among both the public and industry experts. Sure, they've paid some hefty fines, promised to do better, and even made public apologies. These actions, however, are often seen as damage control rather than genuine change. But let's be real, folks. Public trust is not something that can be bought with flashy ads or empty promises. It has to be earned through consistent ethical behavior over time. Changing a corporate culture steeped in greed and deceit is no small feat. It's not impossible, but it requires a complete overhaul of values and practices. Real change demands transparency, accountability, and a genuine commitment to ethical practices. Only time will tell if Wells Fargo's character arc is truly on the path to redemption. The price of deception, a legacy tarnished. Remember that trust your grandpappy had in Wells Fargo? Yeah, about that. The fallout from Wells Fargo's epic fails goes beyond financial penalties and legal battles. It's about the erosion of trust, the damage to their reputation, and the lasting impact on the lives of everyday people. It's a real-life reminder that even the most prestigious institutions are vulnerable to greed and even fraud. Can Wells Fargo change its stripes? So, can this financial giant actually turn things around? Can they ditch the shady practices, treat their employees right, and regain the public's trust? It's a long shot, Shorty. But hey, maybe they'll finally learn that real success comes from doing the hard right, not the easy wrong. Millions of fake accounts, a story that won't quit. Remember where we started? Millions of fake accounts. It was a scandal that shook the very foundation of trust in the banking industry. The magnitude of the deceit was staggering, leaving customers and employees alike in a state of disbelief. It's a story that's as outrageous as it is disheartening. Customers who believed their money was safe found themselves entangled in a web of lies and deceit. The emotional toll was immense, with many feeling betrayed by an institution they once trusted with their hard-earned money. Wells Fargo's epic fails serve as a cautionary tale for the entire financial industry. The ripple effects of their actions were felt far and wide, causing a crisis of confidence that extended beyond their own walls. Other banks took note, realizing how high the stakes were. So the next time you see a Wells Fargo sign, take a moment to remember the millions of fake accounts. Think about the lives that were affected, the dreams that were shattered, and the trust that was broken. Remember the victims, the employees, and the shattered trust. The scandal wasn't just about numbers. It was about real people whose lives were turned upside down. Employees who were pressured to meet unrealistic targets, and customers who were left to pick up the pieces. And we hope this story serves as a reminder to always read the fine print. Stay informed, stay cautious, and never take anything in the terms and conditions for granted. And with that, we're done for now. If you're feeling froggy, subscribe to our channel for more lessons on business ethics and financial responsibility. Ciao for now.